displays there, one of which is a famous person who lived in Duarte, the big band leader Glenn Miller. And he lived here, and his band practiced in the home that he had built. And he went to war and, of course, didn't return. His family stayed there for a while and eventually moved, I believe, to San Marino. And we have a park named after Glenn Miller. Our Glenn Miller Park is just east of where his house stood. It burned down in the fire in 1980. So we have a lot of displays on Glenn Miller, the citrus industry, Andres Duarte, for whom our city is named. And we're open on Saturdays from 1 to 4 and the first and third Wednesdays from 1 to 3. We're all volunteer organization, and we lead tours, and it's always free. So we invite everybody to come and visit.
Claudia, thank you so... Oh.
Was there more to that you wanted me to say?
No.
Okay.
Claudia, thank you so much.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
My name is Sylvia Schwery. I'm at the Watts Towers, and you're listening to You Can't Eat the Sunshine.
And we're done. I'd like to thank everyone for listening to our podcast, You Can't Eat the Sunshine, for the week of January 19th, 2015. Our guests this week were Myllie Taylor. She is a long-term La Mirada resident and local historian. And we also spoke with Claudia Heller. She is president of the Duarte Historical Society, and we spoke to her about the now long-gone Trails restaurant and old Route 66 and all the goodwill and resonance around it. So I want to thank everyone for listening. I'm so grateful when everyone plugs in. I personally like getting emails. I really delight when my wife reads me emails from our fans. So Kim, do you want to just give us some tips for getting into the feedback loop with us?
Yes, what you do is you take a flounder and you fillet it, and between the two sides of the flounder you put your letter. Then you put it in a padded envelope and you send it to... No, you don't. You don't do any of those things. That would be disgusting. You send us an email. You can't eat the sunshine at gmail.com or through the contact link at www.esoteric.com, or you can come and see us on an Esoteric Bus adventure or at one of the lava events that Richard or I, or both of us, are hosting.
When do I host an event that you don't host?
Very rarely. Sometimes I need to go thrift shopping really badly. But
when does that ever happen?
All right, yeah, we travel in a pack, be honest. You don't see us separate. We're all together. That's what Perry has said. He said he took that 10 Bridges walk, and he was telling people about us, and his response was to the nice piece in Boom, where you were mentioned, and he said, why is there no mention of his lovely wife? And I said, well, my Chandler map was the illustration for that article, so I'm their stealth. But yes. Send us an email. Come to an event. We love to hear from our listeners. So thank you. You can also, if you're so inclined, hopefully all those issues with the iTunes feed are fixed. Richard, don't feel bad about it. I know you've been doing your best.
It's all there. There were some things that I needed to fix that I put off for several weeks when we were on holiday because I really needed the holiday.
Well, the result is we lost all our listeners. There's no one out there. I know I'm talking down a well. Hello. It's what it is. In the future, when we take some time off, we're going to replay some... Not. Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
No,
we can't do that.
Yeah, we're repackaging them. I'm sorry. That's what other podcasts do. And we're not going through this issue again.
URL?
Sorry. Yep. It's
How?
Its own URL. We're going to repackage it with a new intro. I don't know what we're going to do, but that's what other podcasts do.
No, we're not.
Richard, I don't know what the other podcasts do, but what we did resulted in our FeedBurner feed dying. And
the FeedBurner feed just broke.
Oh.
And that was FeedBurner's fault. FeedBurner.
But if we'd been doing episodes, we might have noticed.
No, Kim. Okay, FeedBurner. FeedBurner broke our feed. Okay, like I had nothing to do with it. FeedBurner, just our feed was broken. And then I just thought, I don't know how to fix this. I was working with Apple to get a new feed going, and the feed came back up.
Well, okay, guess what? Next time you want to take some time off, I'm doing my own podcast, and it's going to be me and the cats, and we're going to sit around and we're going to talk about Richard. So you're going to love that. It's going to be You Can't Eat the Sunshine, the Cats edition. Send us an email. We love you.
Okay, we're not going to repackage old episodes. Okay, we're not. We're just going to take. We're moving on. I know, but thank you. Okay, so Kim, you're going to bring us home. We've got some upcoming tours. Please bring us up to speed.
We've changed the subject, right? Okay, we do have upcoming tours. Filling up the Raymond Chandler Tour on January the 24th. It is a tour of noir Los Angeles. It includes noir gelato from Scoops, and we'll be talking about places in Raymond Chandler's books and places in his life. And some of these places are extraordinary time machines, so I recommend getting on that bus. We also, at the end of the month, on January 31st, have our rather occasional sister tour to the Chandler Tour, The Birth of Noir, James M. Cain's Southern California Nightmare. And this is a tour that talks about Cain as a writer and visits scenes from his books and his films and sort of looks at how this one particular novelist was tapping into these themes that were transformed and expressed through the cinema in what became the film noir genre. And we end up all the way up in Glendale at Mildred Pierce's house, and we end up all the way down in Skid Row talking about the American patois. That is a fun tour. I like that one. Then, in February, we head into a series of California culture tours beginning, for you, Millie, with the Boyle Heights and San Gabriel Valley Tour, the hidden histories of LA's melting pot. That's on the 7th of February. 2 neighborhoods, about 100 years of history, a lot of synchronicities, and some very beautiful locations. So I do recommend that tour for people who are interested in the Deep East Side. On the 14th, yes, on Valentine's Day, bring your sweetie to our revived Route 66 road trip, subtitled Roadside Architecture, Citrus, Drive-Ins, and Cemeteries. We'll have a little tour of the Waldo Ward jam-making factory. We'll stop in and see how the old Aztec Hotel's doing under its renovations. Yeah, we're just going outside this time, kids. They're not letting people in. They're a little concerned about negative PR, apparently, but beautiful building and certainly well worth looking at the outside, as we shall. And we'll go see our favorite weird little historic off-the-beaten-path cemetery. On the 21st of February, it's the Lowdown on Downtown, a tour that changes, as you pointed out, Richard, in a recent interview with a journalist, probably more than any of our other tours. Every 6 months, you go out and tour downtown LA and try to talk about its history and its many cycles of redevelopment. Yes, every 6 months, it is going to be a different tour, and this one should be a pip. The end of the month gets us back into the crime beat. February 28th, it's my recently revived Wild Wild West Side, a truly deranged tour about cults, child abuse, weird crime, badly behaved children, poorly behaved mothers, just the worst and most wonderful things on the West Coast. Weird West Adams is on Saturday, March 7th, a tour about a very beautiful neighborhood nestled beneath the lovely 10 freeway, and some of the interesting cultural history that sort of pops alongside all of these really cool crimes. And we'll be walking through Rosedale Cemetery on that tour, which is always a privilege and a pleasure. Looks like we have March 14th off. We'll be back on March 21st with Pasadena Confidential with Crimebo the Clown, a tour about rocket science, black sex magic, presidential assassins, and suicide bridges. And we have more tours on the calendar, I must say, but it looks like you've ended this with the end of March. That would be our brand new Hollywood tour. It is a crime bus tour with some architectural components, and it is going to be really, really interesting. We have some very special surprises in the works on that one, and it's Hollywood with an exclamation point, and this tour does have an exclamation point on it. And although it's not on the list, I will simply mention coming up in May, our once-a-year Tom Waits bus adventure. You do want to get on that bus if you're a Tom Waits fan, and please pass it on.
Thank you, Kim, for bringing us home. I want to thank everyone at home for listening. I want to ask you to please continue to listen, and I want to remind you,
you can't eat the sunshine.
You can't eat the sunshine, but you can make a beeline for the best of the coastline. La 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 la. Skid Row, Solano Canyon, the Doria, and Pico Union, the long-lost neighborhood called Hermina between